Hello, my name is Sahil and I'm a real estate consultant. And in this video, I'm going to explain you different terminology used for your development. So, number one is row houses. What is a row house? So, I'll be explaining you in context of Indian real estate market, right? So, what is a row house? By definition, it is a plot or a house which is generally small. I mean, it has ground floor, 1 or 2 floor, max 2 floors, not that big, and it's generally utilized by a single family, big family, right? And the walls of your particular home is connected with your neighbor's walls, so there is no gap between them. And it is, I mean, in the right side there is a neighbor, in the right side is there a neighbor's house, and the back also. So the only access is your front, right? So this is generally the majority of plotting or plotted development is done in India. And when you construct on the plot, there is a 1 floor or 2 floor is there, and you're the only one person who is living, your only family is living there. That's a row house for you, right? Now, second is your low rise. So what happens is, when with time the relaxation is there and you can construct more on your particular house, then what is the example? Especially in the Delhi NCR region, there is a stilt option, and then there is stilt plus 3, 4 or 5. That's how it's going on. Especially in Delhi area, there is almost permission of stilt plus 5 or 6 in couple of cases, right? So what is that? That is your low rise. How? So it's also connected by different neighbors also, but you have the opportunity or the capacity to sell an individual floor, which is generally known in India by builder floors. So what happens is, you have a stilt where the whole society, or whatever you want to call it, particular building will keeping their vehicles or whatever they have in the ground floor. Then you have 4 floors or 5 floors, and each floor is occupied by a single family or 2 families, right? Each floor has a separate registry in terms of naming. So that's now your builder floor or your low rise. Now what is a mid rise? It is when you go beyond 14 floors, not 14 floors, maximum 14 floors. That is a mid rise. 12 to 14 floor is the number. Now then this cluster is called as a mid rise apartment. And as soon as you go above, which is like above 22 floors, now then this is your high rise apartment. It goes till 38th, and post 40, or you can say 50, then now it's going in the direction of skyscraper, which might not be true, because if you see in the international market, the skyscrapers are generally 100 floors and above. But in Indian context, anything above 40, 50, it's going for the, I guess 50 would be the right term for being a skyscraper, right? Now, another is bungalows or villas. So, difference between bungalow and villa is, bungalow is a little older concept, and a modernized version of a bungalow is a villa, right? So now it comes to villas. It's same, but bungalow is quite old in the concept, and the design is generally old, and the upgraded version or the modern version of it is called as villa, right? So the villa is, how do you define a villa? Is a house which boundary, not boundary, or the walls of the constructed house doesn't clash, or is attached to another house, and that's a separate entity in itself. So you have a land, and in the center of it you have constructed a house, and you have a particular area, designated space available. Either it's for your garden, either it's for your parking, or some private pool you have created, and then you have a boundary towards it. So you have a boundary, you have some amenity spaces, personal amenity space, and then you have your house. That's the real definition of villa. In terms of international market, if you think of, the villa generally is present in the suburb area of it, or for extremely wealthy person in the city center. So if you're saying in the suburbs is generally quite far away from the main city, somewhere around 60 kilometers, 50 kilometers, that far away. And the suburb, now in India, what is that? You don't see villas in the suburbs, you are seeing villas in the city centers only, and that to be a very small amount. And it's generally, the concept of villa is not appropriate in Indian real estate terms, because it doesn't serve the purpose of being a villa. What is the purpose of being a villa? Is a private, or the privacy factor. I mean, the only reason a villa makes sense is it provides you enhanced privacy, which is a quality of life thing, right? And it's mostly available for people of upper middle class or HNIs, right? That's the privacy factor related to villas. That's one of the USP also. But a drawback with villa is that you cannot do a lot of changes to it. So it's better to go for a row house, because you'll be able to construct it according to your needs. So whenever you go for a row house or a builder floor, not builder floor, a row house, then you have the capacity to construct the amount of floors you want related to the rules which the particular area or the corporation authority is allowing you to construct. Then you have the capacity to construct 1 floor, 2 floor, 3 floors. You want to rent out which floor you want, or occupy which floor you want, and however you want to live. But this option is not available in villa. So you cannot construct more than, if you get a constructed villa or you construct something, you cannot change that easily, because there is a society or a body which doesn't allow construction. But in terms of row house, there is no such thing like that. So in terms of financial sense, villa doesn't make a lot of sense until and unless you are someone who doesn't get, it's not your first thing, not your first home or not your first priority. Then the villa is perfect for you. But in the Indian context, row house will be a better thing, or apartments, either it's a high rise or a mid rise, that's perfect as well. That's the more affordable, more famous option currently. But yes, row house is a nice option. It is expensive, not expensive as a villa, but it does serve a decent amount of purpose. So I hope this video gives you a clarity on whatever the other person is pitching you. If someone is giving a row house and claiming it as a bungalow or a villa, then you are aware about it. No, that's not a bungalow, that's not a villa. You cannot pitch me something and you cannot charge a premium out of it. You are more aware about what it is and what's the use case of it and what are the regulations and about it, right? So I hope this video provides you clarity and helps you in your real estate decision making. And if you're enjoying all these videos, please do like. That's extremely helpful for me. It is extremely helpful for the reach, and your like will help my video to reach to multiple or more audience. And subscribe if you want to stay tuned. Currently, the people who watch my channels, only 25% are subscribed to it. If you are getting any info and if you are getting any knowledge, please do subscribe. It will help me a lot. So thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.